Yeah. But inshallah, let's officially kick off. Yeah, bi'idhnillah ta'ala, from here onwards.
He loves doing that. He loves doing that.
That's his signature, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is, from that mark, there's a little bip on the finger in it. So when I'm editing, I find exactly where I am. When I'm flicking the fingers, and I just cut from there. So, alhamdulillah, bismillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Wa ba'd. I'm Hussein, your host for the podcast that doesn't have a name. And we also have our co-host, Du'ali Aden. And today we've got a special guest, our dear brother, Abdirahman Mohamed. Yani, go on, brother. Come introduce yourself.
Alaykum.
Inshallah.
My name's Abdirahman. I'm 28 years old. I'm currently working as a cloud consultant. I see Du'ala already looking, he's shocked.
20.
28.
Oh, okay.
Not 20. Allah, that would have been transformation.
20. You thought, what's happening here?
Did I hear right or whatever? SubhanAllah. Okay, sorry. MashaAllah.
Yeah. So I'm 28 years old. So yeah, I guess today was about pretty much the transformation of where I come from, inshallah, where I am at the moment. Yeah, man, it's been a hell of a ride, wallahi. But alhamdulillah, I have to thank God every day. Alhamdulillah, I'm in a good position at the moment.
MashaAllah, man. That's good.
MashaAllah. So Abdirahman, I wanted to ask you if you could tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got started, maybe your life before IT.
Yeah.
So if you could explain a little bit about that, and then we can start slowly, progressing into how you go into IT, inshallah.
So my background initially, before I sort of even thought about IT, I was actually a recruitment. I was in recruitment for about 5 years before this. So I developed sort of as a junior, worked my way up for a matter of years into sort of a lead consultant. Which meant I was running my own team, managing my own team, and pretty much delivering sort of IT staff to a lot of companies around the world. So I worked in Europe, America, different countries, pretty much providing them just niche positions. That was my speciality. So funny enough, one of the areas that I specialized in was AWS. I knew about it quite well. I worked with a lot of DevOps guys. In my history, I worked with QA engineers, high-level sort of lead people. I worked with project managers, just a mixture of different roles. So from there, I kind of knew, because I was in the industry supplying people, companies with people and talented people, I kind of, over the years, got my gist of where the hot areas were in IT. So naturally, what my clients are screaming to me about, oh, man, this position is crazy. I need this position right now. I started to get and understand for what the client demands are and what companies are demanding nowadays. So I guess IT was going to be on the cards, I think, soon. But as my time progressed, and alhamdulillah, COVID for me was a massive blessing, which I'm really happy about. It wasn't a blessing for 98% of people, I imagine. But for me, alhamdulillah, what it gave me a chance was I was in the rat race 24/7 within recruitment. You're making money, commission is very high paced. When COVID hit, it gave me a time to step back a little bit and sort of re-evaluate my life and say, is this where I want to go? Is this where I want to be in 5 years, 10 years? When I started to think, I think during that period where everyone was locked down, and I saw a lot of money started to leave my industry straight away. My industry got affected really badly. And that one of the things that made me drive and say, okay, cool, Abdirahman, while everyone is panicking about their choices and what they're doing in their life, and while everyone's in a frenzy, there's always opportunity. I saw it before in the last, the market crash in 2008. Everything was manic. Everyone's selling stuff crazy. But the biggest companies open then, the Ubers, the Instagrams, the Snapchats, all of them open in that period where everyone was panicking. So when I saw this crisis, I saw it as an opportunity, alhamdulillah. An opportunity to change my life, my trajectory, where I was going. And I kind of ruled out that year, and I said, no one's coming out the house that year. I recognized 2 months in, I said, no one's coming out the house this year. So it was an opportunity for me to think, okay, cool, Abdirahman, what's the next step? And that's pretty much where I went into, where I thought about my career, and I said where I want to go. Decisions, when I started to research and stuff, AWS was the #1 place for me. All the niche spots, AWS was like a place that I thought, this is me all over, where I can progress in. Before I went in, I knew my career path, funny enough. Before I even lifted a pen to study, I knew exactly what I was going to do at each stage.
But can I ask you a question, Abdirahman?
Yeah.
Out of all of the other industries that you could have got into, why did you choose? Yes, of course, you worked as an IT consultant, so you knew it inside. But you could have went to a lot of different types of pathways that could have made you a lot of money, like say digital marketing or like content marketing, that sort of sections where it's booming online business, right?
Yeah.
So what made you specifically choose AWS and maybe this the IT niche?
There was 2 reasons. A lot of companies went down last year.
Yeah.
During the COVID crisis. My first thought was, who's recession proof?
Yeah.
Recession proof this year. Who hasn't been hurt in this crisis? And I look online, lo and behold, Jeff Bezos is now double times richer than what he was. I was thinking, how is this guy rich during this period? I look up, what do I see? AWS. I know you. I know this. Why? That's what I'm thinking.
Why is it AWS? Why not Azure, Akhi?
I thought about Azure, but I thought Jeff Bezos, he's making money. I saw the platforms. I was like, I want AWS. Because this
way to look at it.
Basically, what it goes to show me, in 5 years' time, if there's recession, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking as. I want something recession-proof, So that was my vision effectively on why I chose AWS. I said, this company's doing the best. I started YouTubing stories of what people have done, their journeys, how did they learn, what platforms they used. And alhamdulillah, I contacted one guy that I knew. He's actually a family friend of mine. And he's in IT. He's done some Azure work, a lot of Azure was for me. So I started talking to him. I said, bro, this is what I'm thinking of doing. AWS is for me, like, I think is, Abdirahman, that's a great choice. I'm in Azure at the moment. There's a lot of they love people that come from maybe a sales background that can able to talk and communicate with clients. Once you learn the technical stuff, it's a good opportunity for you, inshallah. So that was my way in. That
was a really good advice, wallah. Because to be honest, the position that you've chosen, the consultant, is exactly that. A lot of it is communication. People forget the communication part of a lot of the technical roles. So communication all the way, and then comes the technical skills and the soft skills. The soft skills first, should I say, and then comes the technical skills, because everybody can find technical skills in abundance, man. But one thing I wanted to get was, how easy of a decision was it? Because I know obviously you wanted to get into IT and stuff, but how easy was it? Firstly, the decision and the transition from going from a recruiter, having inside knowledge, you just basically did inside trading here. Knowing a lot of the information. Mashallah, you took a massive shortcut to get into a role. Tell us what the time frames were as well, so maybe people can benefit.
So I think probably towards in that period of my life, I was living somewhere else, and I actually got given a notice to move out during the COVID period, because the landlord was having a lot of difficulties where he was. So he needed the property back for some weird reason. So I was in a position where I thought to myself, you're going to be moving into a new place. I think it was about June time. And about July, I was going to be moving to a new place. I said, when I move into this new place, I'm going to have a fresh start. Fresh career, fresh house, fresh everything. I thought, I made my mind up, alhamdulillah. I said, as soon as I come up, this is my plan. This is what I'm going to do. And I think I knew myself, and I said, if I'm going to do this, I need to have someone that's there that can challenge me, that can make me competitive and make me get the best out of me. So that's when I actually phoned a friend of mine. His name is Shukri, very, very good friend of mine. I called him up to speak to him about what I was planning. So I set him basically the goal of what I wanted to achieve. And he was the one that came with me on the journey and decided to do it with me. So that was the start, of everything.
MashaAllah. So you've known Shukri I thought you guys met at this journey. I didn't realize you knew each other from before that.
Yeah, we knew each other before. We knew each other. We actually were in America together last year. But when COVID, everything hit, we was in America and we had to fly back. It was crazy. So we actually knew each other before, but we spoke in that period to actually change something. And that's when he joined about the AWS journey. We started together.
Mashallah.
Okay.
Mashallah. That's really good. So what happens from what ensued since July then?
Oh, it was so pretty much I was a little bit nuts. Yeah, what I'd done was like, wallahi, it's a little bit crazy what I'd done. So I started looking at the most in-demand certifications with AWS, the most in-demand, because I knew I couldn't beat them with knowledge. But what I did know was, as long as I get some certifications to show that I've studied and I've done some work, that would give me the advantage I need to get into the industry. That's all I needed, was just say, look, this is what I've done. Give me an opportunity. I know I could improve. That's all I needed. So I gave myself a challenge on Twitter. It's a Twitter challenge that I saw. It was called 100 Days of Cloud. When the madness began basically July. July. I remember even the date. I can tell you now. It was July the 14th, a day before my birthday, when I decided to take on the journey. And I said to myself, in 100 days of cloud, 100 days, I'm gonna give my life to this. I'm gonna wake up every morning. Wallahi, I'd be like a madman. I said, I'm not talking to anyone. I told all my family, my friends. I messaged them all in a group message. I messaged them all. I said, I'm not available for 99 days. Don't contact me. Clean. And you know what's funny? You tell people you're not available, they start calling you more.
I know. Yeah.
It's so crazy. It's like, what part of the communication do you guys not understand? I'm not available.
It's reverse psychology. If you want someone to do something, tell them don't do it, and they will do it.
They do it, exactly.
You should have said, for the next few days, I'm taking calls from everyone. Nobody's gonna call you.
I needed to do that. I think I needed to say that to everyone. Say, I'm taking calls from everyone. Call me, guys. They would have left me for 3 months. But I thought, let me start I started to say, look, anyone who's wasting my time in my life that's not getting me to AWS, I need to cut out for these 3 months and say, look, I need to tell them, look, I even told one of my best friends, I said, look, we're not on this journey currently together. We're not doing this together. Bro, I need you to understand I'm doing this. So don't bother me for 3 months. And when I call you, I need you to be there for me. That's all I said to him.
Nice.
That's all. When I call you and I need something, just be there for me. Just 3 months, you see. He goes, good. Cool, Abdirahman. So that's where the journey began. And then I studied my first day.
Hang on, Abdirahman. Before you go there, I just want the people to follow step by step here. Yeah. So before you made that that you said, okay, I'm gonna do the 100-day challenge.
Yeah.
How did you know which certification to choose from? Did you get guidance or mentorship, or just so that people know, okay, so they can follow your steps?
Okay. When I was doing my research, I saw there's an AWS tree of, like, I call it the tree basically, of like the main 6 certifications that they have. So as an entry level, you go in as a cloud practitioner, which is the bottom level, and it gives you basically the fundamentals of how the cloud works. What is the cloud? What are the different types of services? When are the use cases are? So it's basically the introduction level of when you go into AWS. Once you get that certification, you then move up to the associate level. This is guys who have been in the industry 1 to 2 year plus would take the certification. It's much harder, which requires obviously a lot more studying. So once you're able to get these associates, you move on to the professional levels, which are especially there's solutions professional and the DevOps professional. I'm currently actually studying one of the professionals at the moment. Extremely difficult. Like, I'm sweating while I'm studying. I'm sweating, you guys. You don't even know what, like.
Wait till you do the exam. Pass out the exam.
Yesterday, I was looking at a mock question of it. Yeah, I swear the mock question. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's about 38 lines. The mock question. Just the question.
Yes. You know what? They test, bro. Wallahi, they're testing your mental strength.
Yeah.
Half of the time, they'll give you so many red herrings and so much information that's unnecessary. They're reading your reading comprehension. They're actually testing your reading comprehension, decision making, ability to time manage while testing your technical skills. But who would have said 3 hours of just kind of bash 70 questions, 70 odd questions, 3 hours non-stop, bro. When I come out, my ears were ringing, ears were hot.
How hard it was, because you're constantly second guessing, and the problem is what they're doing is they're giving you two close answers that are very similar that could be right.
Some of the questions, all of the answers are right. You have to get because you're an architect, they're looking for your professional, they're obviously certified to a professional grade, they're looking for the best answer. So they're going to be testing you. Either they will ask you a question to test you, they'll ask you to say saving money, so they see that you've comprehended that you need to save money here. Not necessarily be the fastest or the one that's got the most resilience. Save money, so you need to give an answer which is to save money. Highly resilient, money is no option, so don't save money here. Give me something that's like bulletproof. Okay? So they're testing all of this. Are you comprehending? Are you awake? Do you know your stuff?
Bash.
Are you alive? Check your pulse. Answer the question. Allah.
Tell me about
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
That's at the high level. So alhamdulillah, when I went in entry level, I would say exam difficulty. When I started that process with Shukri, it was extremely intense. We treated it like an academy. So we wake up at a specific time, and we would finish every day at a specific time, 7 days a week. No day off. No, I need to go here. And he was in a different position to me. He's got kids. I told him he would have to sacrifice not seeing his kids for 3 months. That's how serious I was about this. I told him, you're gonna have to sacrifice. I'm sacrificing everything. I don't have kids, but I told him that's the level of sacrifice we need to do, because I know after 3 months, I was so confident if we dedicated these 3 months that he would be extremely proud of the situation he'd be in, and he can go back to his kids with even better information, better prospects in his life, better position. Remember, Ante? So I started the journey studying from 9 a.m. illa 8 p.m. every day.
What, did you take 3 months off from work or something?
I was working, and this is why it's crazy. I was working from home at the same time.
Wow. So 9 to 8 while working.
9 to 8. So I was picking up phone calls of work, the emails, selling, and I was doing 4 days. Shukri was in a different position to me. He wasn't working. I was working 4 days a week during that period. So I would send an email, taking calls, looking for people, finding people jobs, and at the same time I'm studying. And the pressure that got to me is like it will make people crumble as well, because what happens is you'll get a phone call from Shukri, who's my buddy, my partner. He'll call me, he goes, Abdirahman, I just learned about this. He's going to put me under pressure because I haven't learned about it yet. So which means he's ahead. That's a problem. That's a problem for me. So what I would do is I couldn't finish at 8. I had to finish at 10, 11 to catch up the stuff that I was working so I can be on the same level tomorrow when I start the day. But that pressure is what created the whole culture of me and him, of making sure that we were all over our stuff.
SubhanAllah. Hey.
It was so. I've never been for any of that experience before, where it was that intense. Everything we slept, walked, drank AWS for 3 months.
Mashallah.
So alhamdulillah, after I think 3 weeks of studying for the first one intensely, we decided, look, we don't care what happens. We're going to take the exam, the first one, the cloud practitioner. We said, we're ready. We're never going to be ready. We'll always feel like we can do more. So we're going to go in and take the exam. So I had at the time an old laptop. And this is what I didn't know at the time. Yeah, you guys are going to laugh about this. That exam board, I only realized on the day, it only allows you to take a certain type of laptop, like a 2018-19 model and above. When you take it, and my laptop's 2013 or something, it's just an old laptop. But it didn't allow to, and I didn't know about this on my first exam. So you could imagine the panic. So I've got the exam, I paid for it, I'm thinking, okay, cool, I'm gonna go in. I go to the exam, I said, run system test. It's telling me you've got old laptop, it's not gonna work. Nahdinti, I panicked. I was like, what do you mean it's not gonna work? I couldn't believe it. I tried everything. I called my friend, he's in Birmingham though, this is the problem, he's in Birmingham, so he can't help me. So he called me, he's like, have you not got a laptop in your? I said, no, that's the only one I've been using for studying. What's the first thing I done? I called my friend. You know the friend I was telling you about? I said, make sure when I need you, pick up. I called his phone. I was like, look, I need you. I need your laptop for an exam. He's like, okay, cool. Come collect it off me. Alhamdulillah. I go to his house. I go collect the laptop. I run the system test. It works. Alhamdulillah. I come back to my house, yeah. And then as I'm running the system test and everything, I get a notification. Like the exam board starts speaking to me, you know, like the proctor, the exam proctor. He goes, we can't use this laptop. And I said, why? He goes, it's a work laptop. You need it to be personalized.
But the thing is, they don't know if it's a work laptop or not a work laptop.
Yeah.
But they want me to install certain things.
They can't do it without the admin.
Yeah, without the admin. That's the problem. Yeah. I use my work laptop to do some of the exams, but I've got a local admin on my laptop. Well, not now, because now I've got my own laptop. But in my previous company, I had a company laptop, so I was using that. Even now I've got a company laptop, but I don't use that because I can use my one. But like, cheeky guy, you know.
It's so cheeky. No one tells you this as well. They didn't tell me this. But I almost felt like they were against me. Everyone's trying to make me fail. That's what I thought. I was like, yo, like this is like siyasat, like proper siyasat. Everyone's trying to like tell me, everyone's trying to fail me, yeah. So an hour before my exam, Shukri takes his exam. He's booked his exam before me an hour before, or 2 hours before. He takes his exam. He comes off the phone call. He's the happiest man in the world. He said, Abdirahman, guess what? I passed. I can't believe it. This is the best day ever. I can't believe I passed the exam. It was so hard. I done this, that. What do you think that done to me? I was automatically under pressure. I'm thinking, if he's passed, I gotta pass now. We've been talking about the same things. So, alhamdulillah, I enjoyed my exam. I went over to my sister's house who had a laptop. I retook the exam. Alhamdulillah, with God's help, I passed. And wallahi, guys, like Hussein knows this, man. I don't know, Daila, your background, but when you get that, when you come off that exam, the weight that's lifted off your shoulder.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Nice.
You can't describe it. It's like I felt like everything I'd done was justified.
Yeah.
It felt so light after I walked out the room.
Hussein always told me 50% is just going there.
Yeah.
It's half the battle. If you fail, khalas, but it's because it feels so nice because you put in so much work day in, day out, and then just to get that news that you passed. Even if you don't pass, you still feel good anyway. yeah,
because at least you had the balls to go there in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I feel like that's again half the battle.
Yeah, no. What we do is we make something too grand in our eyes, man. Yeah. You're shaking, going, oh, how is this exam going to be? How is it going to be? So you just need to go there, go through the fear barrier, just turn up. Once you turn up, you're like, even if you fail, you're like, it wasn't that bad. It was so close. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Yeah.
It's what a lot of people have, and I've noticed it as I've gone through this journey. When I get to another stage, I'm going to talk to you guys about. It's something called the imposter syndrome.
Yeah, exactly.
Very, very imposter. Like if you don't have any self-confidence, you're always gonna feel like something's too much for you, and you want to walk away from it.
Yeah.
You know? But alhamdulillah, that first one gave us huge confidence. After that one, there was no stopping us. I felt like that was the one we needed to get our confidence up. Alec, you think we took a break that same night? When we passed the exam, we were like, Abdirahman, we'll take a break. Well, like, that's enough. I swear to God, half an hour into our break, he called me and goes, Abdirahman, I was looking at this. Do you reckon we can start now? What do you think? I said to him, I said, we've got momentum. I'm blown now, let's start.
Yeah.
Our second certification, half an hour after I passed. I didn't even have time to celebrate. There was no celebration. It was, let's start the next one. So I took that momentum. We saw the course. We were using a platform called Linux Academy to study. And and we started solutions architect associate, which is the next level. Very tough exam, completely different to cloud practitioner. It's like a complete level above in terms of the questions, the scenarios. If I would give an exam out of 10, the cloud practitioner is like a 6 out of 10. And solution architect associate is like a 8.5. 8.5 hardness, I would say.
Because you have to configure stuff. It's not just multiple questions. You have to actually
it's scenario based. That's what changes. It's scenario based. So they'll treat you as if you're a solutions architect. So they'll say, solutions architect, blah 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 blah. How would you deal with this situation?
Yeah. And
you have to figure it out as a solution architect. And I'm solution architect. I'm here for a month. What solution architect?
What's the end-to-end process? Design side.
Yeah. A design cycle. What do you mean design cycle? I'm a recruiter yesterday. What are you talking about design cycle? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you're recruiting in the morning, man.
Recruiter in the morning. Yeah. It's crazy. I was living a double life, guys, for so long. You don't know what I was living a double life. Like I was speaking to you about recruitment during the day, and in the whole afternoon, I'm an AWS guy. Like different people, wallahi. So that was, alhamdulillah, that was a great start for us. We started our solutions architect. Extremely hard, the content got harder to understand. We started having to read much more online. And I thought to myself, this was a great time for me to start networking myself. So what I started doing was I started to speak in my jobs to a lot of AWS guys. So this think ahead of the game. I think because we have 99 days to accomplish this. I want a job by the time I'm done out of this.
You're a recruiter, mate. You direct to the clients. Yeah. The
thing is, alhamdulillah, because I'm in the industry, I know how to get a job.
Exactly.
Getting a job in a different industry is where it's different. But I know the process of what I need to do, how I need to go about it, what people to speak to, the processes. So I started reaching out to AWS guys on the phone calls while I was working as a recruiter. Hey, I'd be like to them, hey, how's it going? Yeah. Look, I just want to ask you about your history. Tell me a little bit about and they think it's their job somehow. So they're going to tell me their history, what they've done, everything. So I'll sit there and I'll be like, oh yeah, mashallah. So did you take any certifications? And they'll be like, yeah, I took this one associate. Oh yeah, I said that one's hard, isn't it? It's hard because I'm going through it right now. He doesn't know that. He thinks I'm a recruiter. I am a recruiter, but he doesn't know like I'm studying as well. So, associate is quite hard. So I'll ask him on the phone. Imagine he's thinking of the job. I said, oh, was it a hard exam or what did you think of it? And then he was like to me, oh no, once you understand what's going, it's a difficult exam, but I think with some practice, like it gave me more confidence. And what do you think I'll do? I'll report back to Shukri. Hey bro, I just spoke to 2 AWS guys. They said it's an 8 out of 10. Wallahi, we can do this. We gain more confidence, momentum. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's the way forward, man. That's what you do, man.
Literally, bro. So we continued speaking to these people. I started networking, and then I spoke to Umar, who's a friend of Hussein's. How I got to know Hussein. Yeah. So Umar got to me off someone else, and another Somali guy that I know, who's vice president of some company. Very, mashallah, is doing well for himself. The guy, he contacted me, said, Abdirahman, help this guy look for a job. I look at his background. I see DevOps engineer, AWS certified. I was like, I'm going to be friends with this guy. I need to be friends with him. I need to be friends with this guy straight away. So I called him, said, Umar, As-Salamu Alaykum, how you doing? And I spoke to him. He's like, oh, what are you doing? I told him my background, what I was doing. He goes, you're a recruiter and you're going to AWS. Wow, you're crazy. How are you doing this? He goes, you got the cloud practitioner already after warm up. You're crazy, bro. Oh, he started talking. He goes, I need to introduce you to Hussein. We need to set up a call one time. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll speak to Hussein. Just give me time so I can get my certifications, get my stuff together.
Yeah.
Cool. When you're ready, I introduce you, bro. We're going to create this thing. Like, we're going to speak to so many people. I'm here thinking this is perfect because I'm meeting the right people in the industry. They're telling me, giving me advice, and they're telling me how to go about. Because if you're trying to infiltrate an industry, you need to deal with the people in the industry.
That's wallahi, yeah, key. That's the key.
You cannot be the outside guy that's looking in. You have to be the guy that's got connections in. The whole world works on networking.
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah.
You need that in, man. You need that open door. Someone to open that door. Please let me in, okay?
Exactly. But what they say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Somehow.
Yeah, no. Like this. There's like shortcuts that you can take. By all means, take those shortcuts, man. Yeah. Knowing someone, like if someone is in a position to recruit someone, if you know him, say, "Akhi, take a chance on me, man." Yeah, and then you have to, and then you put your part of the deal in, and you put work in too. It's always that little bit of
you have to do your part.
Opportunity required, yeah.
Yeah.
That comes from Allah, but you need to put your part into Allah. But people forget that, man. But mashallah, I'm mesmerized, bro. Tell me, bro. I've never talking today.
Wallahi, billahi. Like when I started to get these connections, I started to speak to more people. What I started noticing is everyone, alhamdulillah, in the AWS industry was very receptive. They wanted to speak to me. They wanted to tell me about stuff. And I spoke to this great guy. I was saying, I need to introduce you to this guy, yeah. I haven't even introduced you yet, yeah. But as I got, as I was learning stuff, I got introduced to this guy. He's 12 times AWS certified. So he's he clocked the game. You know when they you know that unlocked character in the game. He's unlocked everyone. He's got everything. So in my head, I'm thinking, how did this guy? I was struggling to get second one. How did he do?
Who's this, by the way? Sorry.
His name is EK. He's a guy from Boston.
EK
in America.
EK.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've clocked the LinkedIn game, so I'm kind of on top of who's got what certification and what's the number. All the UK people I haven't smashed. If I don't name one of them, I was like, okay, yeah.
What do you think I've done with him? What do you think I've done with that EK guy? Why? Straight away, American number. I said I'll charge it. It doesn't matter. I need to speak to him. Like, I get him on Zoom. I got him on Zoom. This EK guy. After like a week, I got him on Zoom. I said, we need to speak. I've got opportunities I want to speak to you about. He's like, I said, look, tell me about your history. Tell me about how you managed to accomplish. He goes, everyone was sleeping. This is what he said to me. I remember it like yesterday. He goes to me, Abdi, I'll be honest with you. While everyone was sleeping, I was collecting. Bro, you know how I felt that? I felt that to the core when he said that to me. He goes, while everyone was sleeping this year during COVID, I was collecting. It's now the month of September, or was it September or October? He goes, it's the 10th month of the year, and I've collected 9 certs in 10 months.
Wow.
And the 3 he got last year, 3 other ones he got last year. I was so mesmerized there. I was thinking, that's amazing. So I said to myself, this is the target, Abdirahman. This is where you need to be. You need to be that. You need to be an executioner. There's no rest for the wicked. There's no sleep for me anymore. I have to. This is what, when I was talking to these guys, it motivates me. It's like, nah, if this guy can do it, yeah, I'm doing it. Nah. There's no excuse. So I'm sitting to this guy, and all I'm thinking, you know what I'm doing? I got Shukri on FaceTime while I'm speaking to him. I'm letting him watch the conversation with this guy in Boston. This guy's sitting there like this. Well, this is how he's talking to me. He's like this. Relaxed. All the weight is off his shoulders. The guy's 12 times certified. He don't care about life. He's like this. He's sitting like this. Stretching, calm. I'm thinking, yo, bro, why'd you look so relaxed? He goes, I got what I needed to do done, Butagay.
Well, he's taking his foot off the pedal there, bro.
The pedal. He goes, he's working at, what's it called? HP at the time. He goes, my project came to an end. It was like not a lot of stuff to do, so I just started collecting all these sets. I'm lining myself up for the next opportunity. And I'm going to tell you what happened to that guy, yeah, afterwards, yeah. You're going to laugh where he ended up at, yeah. So I use this as fuel. I continue working. I put, where I was on 100%, I went a further 20%. Wallahi, if I'm being honest. So when I saw these guys I was speaking to, I pushed myself even harder. I was going to sleep at 3, 4 a.m. Problems, labs, issues. Shukri, his mum, waxay u dhahday codkana maqlayo habeen kasta. Who's this guy? You're speaking to at 4 in the morning about AWS. Who is he? Then she started to understand what was going on, and then she started to put 2 and 2 together. She was like, let me leave these guys because they're in their own world, isn't it? So alhamdulillah, we continued working, and then we were ready to take our exam. It was a month and 3 days when we started studying, and we said we're ready to take the exam. Let's book it. Shukri was panicking at the time. Oh, we can't do it tomorrow. Wallah, I'm not ready. Abdirahman. Wallah, nigga, there, please, give me 3 more days. I'm not. I said, you're never going to be ready, Shukri. We need to bite the bullet. We had a negotiation. I picked tomorrow. He said 4 days time. We agreed in the middle, 2 days. So then I said we agreed 2 days. We booked it in front of each other. I got him on Zoom, whatever. Booked it. I said it's booked. It's done. We can't go back. We can't go back. We paid 100 and something pound. We can't go back. It's done. We have to take the exam in 2 days. Exam comes around. I do my normal routine. I go to my sister's house. I go to her house. So I'm not taking any chances. If that laptop works now, I'm using that one. So my sister hears about these stories of what's going on. And what's crazy was everyone that was close to me while I was doing this process, no one really cared. No one really cared a lot. They didn't really care. I would tell them I was studying, I was doing this. No one gave it. If I'm honest, no one gave a shit. Like in a scale of 1 to 10, no one gave a shit. I just told them, leave me alone, and I'll need to deal with this. Yeah. And you're gonna see how everyone transitioned later on. So I took the exam. Shukri took his exam 2 hours before. Like he likes to take it before me. He took the exam. He always does that because he doesn't want the pressure of going second.
Yeah, he's got it locked. He's got it clocked. He's like, I'm gonna beat this guy.
And I'm used to it. So he's thinking, oh, the hand is happened before you can deal with it. He says, and I'm like, bro, I've been working 4 days a week. If anything, I need to go first. We're fighting each other who's going first, isn't it? And then he goes first. And then, wallah, if I show you, I've got a video actually of his reaction when he passed his exam. Yeah, his brother recorded him. Yeah, the guy screamed in excitement. The happiness. A grown man with kids shouting as loud as he did. Yeah, was wallah, it was the most rewarding thing to see where he came from and what he accomplished. To me, it was so inspirational.
Mashallah.
I saw where his life was, wallah, where he was in his life. You guys are gonna go through it probably another show, but he came from a dark place. And when we teamed up together to work together, we set up a structure of what we was going to follow. And there was no excuses. I was extremely ruthless. I'll be honest with you. I didn't care about any excuse he had. Any excuse. I'll tell him, how is this going to get us to AWS certified? That's my every excuse he gives me goes, is this going to get us any closer? That's my answer. If it's not going to get us any closer, put it in priorities number 7, number 8. Do it another time. And what he started to notice as well during that time, his friends would call him, oh yeah, we're going to do this. Let me come pick you up. Distractions all the time. All the time. You've been studying a lot, man. They're trying to pull him away. And it's crazy. It could be your own friends, but they don't know they're doing it. But you see it because you're working so hard. Oh, bro, I'll pay for everything. Just come. You don't need to worry about money. Yeah, I'll take you here. I'll take you there. We're going to do this. I started telling him, bro, everyone's dispensable at this stage. The only times, wallah, I'll be honest, the only time I took off in that 3 months of journey, and I'll be completely honest with you guys, yeah, was for a wedding of my first cousin, and I was studying that morning on the wedding as well. Wallah, I'll be honest with you, that if the lunch was it's a Zoom wedding, you know the Zoom wedding, everyone's Somali person doing Zoom weddings now, isn't it? What? Bro, oh my god! Like
he looked to the house, man.
My cousin is the smartest guy, the smartest guy I've ever seen in my life. We were telling him, yo, listen, the whole world's coming to shit. We can't go anywhere near each other. His missus was from another country. She was living there. He goes, look, I want to get married to you. They were planning to get married. COVID came. Because look, I don't want our love to stop now. COVID's here, innit? Let's just get married. What do you think he done? Zoom Balasara, 20, 30 people, group meeting. Everyone came online. Sheikh was online. Everyone came online. Well, school debate on the Zoom.
Khalas.
Done.
Simple.
Guess how much his expenditure was for that wedding day?
Nothing.
£100. Bariski a'unni. Galapti.
I do the police.
No, that's what I mean.
£100 was the expenditure for his wedding.
How did you do this? They posted to you.
So I'll tell you why that's expensive. I'll tell you why. Yeah?
Uber Eats.
No. We basically ordered from the Somali place a massive munch, and there was like a family that came over to the house. There was like 10 of them. So it was our family and their families in another country, innit?
Oh, yes.
So we all came to the house and everyone just ate and just like celebrated, busted jokes, everyone was happy. And then the Zoom wedding, it was the smartest investment I've ever seen. There's no meher, there's no like long-term sheikh there, aros mchirawa. Thank you, ma'am. I have to go. There's no one bam here, so halal in it. But
mashallah. Wallahi, I know another brother that got married during COVID, man.
Wallahi.
I was like, wallahi, cheat code. What is going on, bro? He was like, it's my opportunity.
Yeah.
So opportunity goes, yeah.
There's a lot of them. Even my cousin got married over WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You know,
What?
Over WhatsApp. He had one sheikh, the dad. That's it. Bang.
What, in a group chat? Wow. So some of these things are like, we need to confirm, yani. It's just allowed in that one. WhatsApp is a bit too much, right? Come on. What's going on?
Video call. Video call. عادي سمعها. If they do a video call,
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know what the rulings around it is, but just better safe than sorry, innit?
We need to verify it though.
Yeah, just get it verified. Go to one of the shaykh and say, look, such and such is the situation. Can we do a WhatsApp marriage? WhatsApp is nuts.
I'm actually going to ask that. Yeah, actually. Yeah. So Abdirahman. Okay, next.
You know what, man? You know what? So what happened? Shukri passed. Then what?
Okay, cool. So Shukri passed, and he told me, Abdirahman, it was an extremely difficult exam.
Yeah.
The minute I heard that, I was like, what do you mean difficult? So now the pressure is now 3 times, because now I've got pressure that he's passed, pressure that I know the exam's even more difficult, but now I know that I'm come second, so I have to pass now. So I've got 3 different types of pressure on me, and you got to understand, throughout this whole period, I'm scheming on trying to go into IT. So I've got a specific period where I promised him, I actually gave him an actual promise. I said, wallahi, that's what I said to him. I said, if you give me 100 days of your life, in the next 100 days, you give me 100 days of full commitment, we'll get these 3 certifications and I'll find you a job. I'll help you get into a job. And I promised him that in July. And that structure we were constrained for time. Any day we couldn't waste. We needed to pass within 100 days. That was the goal. So I took the exam. Wallahi, it was very difficult, the exam. When did he? In the exam, I was like, wow, this is hard. I was going through the questions. Alhamdulillah, again, by God's will, I come through the other side. I see that pass. Alhamdulillah, you know when you come off the exam.
Allah, that is
my God.
Your eyes just fixed on one. My eyes were always fixed on one thing. I say congratulations. Yes. Don't even read the rest of the thing. Forget it.
You know what's even worse? AWS, they make you take surveys before they tell you.
Yeah, Allah that. It's not just AWS. All of them do that.
That pisses you. Like, imagine trying to find out.
You can say no to it.
Yeah, you're trying to find out your result and it's telling you, oh, did you enjoy the exam? What do you think the survey? After I find out my results.
I'll probably give you good ratings then.
But alhamdulillah, I saw the pass mark. Again, even more of a weight was lifted off my shoulder. Elation, happiness. My sister was there in the house. She don't know what's going on. AWS, she don't know what it is. So she just congratulations. She don't know what she's hugging me for. And so she just thought I was happy. And she was like, oh my God, congratulations. Oh my God, this is great. What does this mean? What does this mean? I'm like, yeah, I got enough set of it. Oh, so you still got more study in it. Oh, okay. She left. She wasn't interested. She didn't know what was going on in it.
Yeah.
But again, that gave us more of a momentum. As soon as I got that cert, what's the next thing I've done? What's the next course we're doing? What are we studying? What's next?
What we're talking about, yeah.
No messing around, no jokes, no celebration. He was telling me, he was calling me, Abdirahman, do you not think we should celebrate? I said, I'll celebrate when I get a job. That's what I said to him. I don't want this celebration I know it's a massive thing what we've done, but I want to celebrate when we know we're going to get paid for it. So I think I started my 3rd certification, alhamdulillah. I started the process. Me and him started the process. And at this job, I'm lining up ways of how we're going to do our because when you're finding a job after this period and we get our certifications, there's a way of looking for jobs, and a lot of people, there's actually a skill for looking for jobs, and a lot of people don't know the skill.
Tell us the skill then.
Yeah, maybe tell us what it's not now, but towards the end of it.
When I transition into it, so I was planning on ways how I'm gonna teach Shukri how to interview strategies, because I know, because all I do, my job is I interview prep people. I make sure they're ready for interviews. I tell them how they, like, really high level people, alhamdulillah, that are in good positions. I'm telling them how they interview. And if they're talking too much, I'll tell them, cut it down. You need to be more concise. You need to say this. Stick to the goals. Don't overdo it, and don't underdo it as well. So there's a way you need to interview. And I was preparing that while I was studying. So once we're at that stage, we can, I deleted it. I told them, I don't want to see it. We're creating a brand new one, fresh from scratch, and we're gonna make it employer's dream. The CV. If an employer looks at that CV, they're gonna think you're amazing. That was my goal. So throughout this whole time, we continue studying and building contacts, people, and then I get introduced to Hussein, and then me and Hussein start speaking with Umar. We'll have a conversation. We tell him about the journey, and he was like to us, "Oh my God, that's so crazy! I can't believe you guys." That he's still, but because Somalia and him, we're so Dawaniya. Because at the end of the day, if it wasn't without the work that I'd done, we would never be having a conversation.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Me and Umar would never have the conversation. Me and Hussein wouldn't have the conversation. To a certain extent, me and Shukri wouldn't have been as close.
Yeah.
So AWS brought us together. In a sense, it brought everyone together, and it was, and I'm going to tell you how it leads on as well. It's crazy. It brought so many other people in my life as well together, weirdly. But I continued studying, and it came to the 99th day of my journey.
Oh, okay.
This is the day.
The day where it's make or break. Make or break. We've achieved everything we set out to achieve, or we didn't. We're taking the exam was a system operations associate exam. Extremely hard. I think that's harder than the solution personally for me.
And most people's popular opinion, it's the hardest of all associate exams. Yeah.
I agree. Definitely agree. I went back to my sister's house again, done the exam. This time Shukri done it. Shukri called me. And he goes, "Bro, I passed." And the happiness again, like it was all over again. It was like the happiness all over again. We're going through the same emotion. This is exactly a month later after we passed, yeah? He called me and said, "I passed, but bro, I need to warn you. This is even harder than the solutions architect, I think." He goes, "This is like, so, Kala Arek, I went into this exam, yeah? I'm telling you, yeah, this was like, solution architect was 8.5, this was 9.5 for me, personally.
Wow.
9.5 difficult. It was like, they were talking about services, stuff that I didn't know about, that needed to interconnect. It was just, Shekot, I achieved a bit ahead, yeah? Long story short, I go through the page, I'm just waiting for that screen. I'm waiting for that screen. Waiting for it. Waiting for that pass mark or fail. I go through it. I see the pass mark. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Again, like, bro, I got emotional. I'll be honest with you, I got really emotional in it when I passed that third exam, because it was a lot of stress, a lot of like hardships that I went through that period. And I always believed, like, in my life, if you want something you've never had, you've got to do what you've never done.
Simple as that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that pain that I went through, alhamdulillah, I was very emotional after that exam. When I passed, I told Shukri, look, we're going straight to the top, bro. We're going straight to the top. I've got my plan. We're in schedule. Everything, we were in schedule. Exactly told them in July with the exact. We took our exam October 24th. I told you even now, I have it in my head. October 24th, we took our system operations exam. Exactly 99 days on the cloud. We passed. Alhamdulillah. Shukri again wanted to celebrate. I think he's looking for any excuse to celebrate.
عشان اقول عندها man.
Well,
He's out here to celebrate.
we need to celebrate now. I thought, okay, cool. We actually deserve it because we've got all our studying out the way now. We're going to focus a lot on labs, things like that. But our next stage is going to be tough. So it was a Saturday when we passed. I said, take Sunday off. Monday, next stage, Kablabana. He takes Sunday off. I take Sunday off. I go out. I enjoy myself a little bit. It's COVID, obviously, you can't do a lot, but it opened back up that time a little bit, innit? The following day, yeah, guys, following day, I go to him, bro, this is the next stage. We've done what we've done. We don't want to dwell on it. Let's move to the next stage now. What's the next stage? Finding a job. Cool. Said, send me your CV. He sends me CV. I rated the CV out of 10 straight away. I said, bro, I'll be honest with you, this is a 2 out of 10 CV. I wouldn't hire you. I'll be honest with you. I said 2 out of 10. I'm a recruiter. I know how CVs look like. 2 out of 10. We're going to change this for you. So I told him, give me 2 days. I'm going to, day and night, I'm going to work on both our CVs. I'm now going to add all our certifications, all our everything. I'm going to make it flashy, bright, beautiful, just like a person's dream to read.
Yeah.
So just to describe our journey as well, you know, on our personal profile as well, we're going to describe our journey, what we went through. What Shukri done that was really exciting, guys, I think as well, was he tracked his stuff on Twitter. So he wrote day 12, day 15, day 18. This is where he was at. And he was tracking throughout the whole journey.
Harif, yeah.
People were commenting, you started to get traction. You know, you started to get traction. Even, you know, DynamoDB started following him. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it.
No way.
I couldn't believe it. DynamoDB started following. AWS support started following him. What the hell?
No way.
There was his journey, and I'm like, bro, I should have made a Twitter. What the hell is going on? I'm so behind. Why didn't I do this?
Are you active on LinkedIn?
I'm active on LinkedIn, but I don't like to, you know, I don't like to flash and stuff or like, oh yeah, I've done this. I don't like to do all of that. So
it's quite about that. Wallah, the opportunities that you will get from being active on LinkedIn is just out of this world.
Yeah.
Since I stepped into my LinkedIn game up here, all of us know.
Listen, Hussein's LinkedIn game, I started copying him. I started getting all this traction from everywhere. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. LinkedIn is unbelievable. And that was one of the advice that I gave Shukri. Shukri had no LinkedIn. I was like to him, how are you living in this age with no LinkedIn? I've had my LinkedIn for 7 years, is where I get my primary source of opportunities through LinkedIn.
Wow.
It's my primary source. I'm connected to, alhamdulillah, I'm connected to thousands and thousands of people on there, all around the world that I've got to know during recruitment gig. I'm a fancy. And I was like, bro, I'm going to make your profile. So I said to him, make your profile for you. And I'm going to get your CV like up. And I'm going to start connecting to people. I think within a week, I connected him to about 800 people within AWS.
What?
Connecting.
Oh, okay. I thought you used a bot or something. 800 is what?
No. I mean, I actually connected with AWS people. Anyone that I saw was AWS related or DevOps, I would connect.
What, did you use an automation tool? Did you do it manually?
manually. I was literally on it for hours. I told him I was going to do it. Because I promised, one of my promises that I made to him was like, I was going to help him like upgrade that completely. And once we connected to all these people, he couldn't believe, after a week later, 2 weeks later, he started noticing people coming into his DMs. He started messaging him. Hey, Shukri, I've seen your certifications.
Yeah.
I'm messaging him. Hey, what's going on? We like your experience. He couldn't believe it. He goes, people are messaging me, bro. What's going on? I've never had this before. I go, it's because you put yourself out there.
Yeah, voila.
You know?
And you funnel people from your Twitter to your LinkedIn, man.
This is what you done. This is what you done. So, I think when we passed our last exam, he tagged AWS and Cloud Guru where we were learning, and he goes to them and he wrote the funniest tweet. He goes, day 99 out of 100. I finally passed, guys. I'm so tired. He goes, I'm so tired in the tweet, and he hashtagged AWS support and A Cloud Guru and Ryan Cronenberg, the people we were learning from. Both AWS support came back to him and they responded to his tweet, and they go, congratulations, with like Alhamdulillah, like congratulations, like we're watching, which was amazing. A Cloud Guru came back to his tweet and said, congratulations. He actually got shouted out on a podcast. For one of the podcasts that they do, I think it was DynamoDB. Someone that was following was like, yeah, we want to shout out Shukru study and da da da. And it was great awareness for his story as well.
Yeah,
which was amazing. And then we passed, alhamdulillah, we moved on to the next stage, and then we start looking for jobs. Guys, you got any questions anyway this far? Because obviously I'm talking.
No. Go on. We're on your train, mate. We're on your train. Take us to the destination, inshallah.
Cool. So now I'm on. So now I've got the certifications. My next job, I changed the CVs. I got the LinkedIn changed for him. I've upgraded even my LinkedIn to make it look even better with all the certifications and stuff like that. People start reaching out to him, start reaching out to me as well. But for once, it wasn't about recruitment opportunities. It was about, hey, we've seen these certifications. Let's have a chat, which was different. And then I gave ourselves I gave ourselves time for when we were going to look for jobs. I said, November 1st, we start looking for jobs. And I want to be at a job by the end of the year. That was my target. I said, this is our job. We're going to look for it. And there's a way you're going to look for it. This is the skill that I was telling you guys about. People, when they look for jobs, they apply and they move on tomorrow.
Yeah.
99% of people do that, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't do that. I call up the company, I speak to people.
I tried that method before, but that's just tiring.
Well, it breeds the best results, believe me.
Yeah. Nothing good comes easy, man.
What about going LinkedIn and then speaking to the hiring manager directly and doing it that way?
So what I done was I targeted myself to LinkedIn messages, where I would what I done was I was a little bit of a sarachan. I went to, you know, like AWS, yeah. I started looking at consultancy companies, partners.
Cool. Yeah.
Started to think ahead of the game. I started to learn about this partnership stuff. So I went into the partners. I started noticing all these companies that were not too big on Select. So Select is a level on AWS partner. They're not too big. They've got maybe like a 20, 30, 40 man team. So you've got a chance to reach out to people that are actually, and that was my goal. I said, bro, aim for companies 50, beneath 50. You can get more traction. It's quicker to reach out to people who actually got the power to hire you. And a massive organization that need tens of people to approve you. That was my target. It's like business development. I do it for my living, KG, and my job. So target the companies. The process is quicker to get hired. So I came across all these companies. I told them how to do the same thing. Start to reach out to these companies. Phone them in the morning. Call them. Hey, my name is Abdirahman. I just want to tell you a little bit about my life, what I'm doing at the moment. I really like the look of your company. I would love this opportunity if you have it available at the moment. I'm looking for a junior cloud position.
Hang on. Let's just explore this a bit more.
I have to say, the recruiter in you came out hard.
This is where my time, you know, my time to shine was after the certifications.
Because this is your forte.
With me was the hardest part, the knowledge cap. It was, as soon as we're done, you know, I said to Shukri, I said, he was so worried about the job. I said, bro, leave it with me. This is my you had your playtime at the high. I said, you had your playtime in it during this certification. Now is my turn to shine. I told him, this is done. This is my turn to shine. I was like,
and I see that. So are you saying target smaller companies and then just calling them directly? So say for the people who actually do that, and they how do you bypass reception or your HR and those people?
So cool. This is what I do in my daily job as well. So this is experience. I have experience in it. So they're called the key holders in my industry. So they're called the key holders. They're the guys that let you into the people you really want to speak to.
Yeah.
Be very nice to them. So effectively, when you call them, you have to be very bubbly, upbeat, and say, hi, my name is Abdirahman. I just saw this amazing advertisement about your company. Really interested to see who's in charge of this position. Usually they would have a name underneath, John Smith, whatever. Say, John's in charge of this. It'd be great to see if I can have a chat with him about this opportunity. I really think I can add value to his day. Sometimes they would say no. Sometimes they would say yes. But it's a sales game. I know getting a job is a sales game. You get 99 no's and you'll get one yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So I started calling. I was getting no's. I was like, yeah, no problem. He was calling me, so I'm getting no's. I said, this is the game. I'm expecting you to get 1,000 no's, bro. But there's one yes. Just wait for that yes, bro. That's what I tell him.
Just wait for that yes, yeah.
Wait for it, bro. Be patient. Don't worry. This is a long game. It's not like a day, 2-day job, innit?
No, so the strategy is: do you apply for the job and then call them and then find the contact? Just talk to us about that.
So basically, I look at the jobs. I see underneath there's a name usually of the person's in charge. Usually, if it's a small company, it's a person working in the company. Yeah. Smaller companies tend not to like to use recruiters. So the key was for me not to use recruiters.
Okay.
Mr. Recruiters, I want to directly deal with the company, because there's a few things that a lot of people don't know about. Is smaller companies don't like to use agencies. They've actually specifically put on the job spec no agencies.
No agency, yeah.
They're trying to save money. So effectively, by hiring good people directly, they're saving a lot of money, and they can offer you more money as well in terms of your salary, because they're not paying a fee for the agency, whatever. And I know this from my experience, so I'm using this to my advantage. So his CV's prepared, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and we're doing labs in the evening as well. We're still studying in the evenings, doing like hands-on stuff. And we're still like applying throughout the whole day, from like 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., like a full-time job. Eventually, and at this point as well, guys, just to let you know my family situation as well. No one cares still at this point. Like, congratulations, you passed. Yeah, congratulations, mashallah, all good, all good.
That's usually the case, like.
No one cares. They'd be like, congratulations, but you could tell like no one gives a shit about it. But it's just like I was like, okay, cool. I said to him, bro, just watch. I said, watch the flood. Yeah, what happens when someone gets a job? Yeah. Just watch what happens. I told him that. I remember having the conversation. Watch the way everyone changes. Yeah. So, alhamdulillah, I actually saw this company I was really interested in, a small company like under 30. I messaged one of the guys directly. I wrote him a nice cover letter about that specific company. I said, look, I'd really be interested to have a chat. I really think I could add value, blah, blah, blah. He ended up contacting me back for a first stage interview. So it was like a half-an-hour interview. So what do I do? What's the first thing on mind? I need to prepare for this interview. I said, who's going to grill me and won't give a care about me? I said, let me call Hussein.
Why did you put it like that? Why'd you put it like that?
I said, who's going to grill the shit out of me and won't care? Let me call. So I called Hussein. I said, bro, and As-Salamu Alaykum, bro. I know you're busy. Let me give 5 minutes of your time, bro. I just want you to like grill me. Give me a time, day. I'll be flexible. Just tell me when you're available. Grill me for an hour about AWS. He goes, brother, for grilling, inshallah, I'm ready for it. Tell me when and where.
It's my part-time hobby.
Part-time hobby. Yeah. I don't know about this, but Umar told me. Umar was like, oh, Hussein's the best for this sort of stuff. Let me contact him. He's the best for this sort of stuff. I'm like, what, is he tough? He's like, yeah, he's very tough. That's why I contacted Hussein, didn't it? So then he's like, okay, cool, we go for a grilling. So, bro, when I tell you, when I was getting grilled, right? Bro, do you know what he was doing? He wanted me to drown in my information. And I noticed it. And I was the guy that I can talk myself out of most situations. I'm a salesman, I'm a recruiter, somehow. So that he was catching me. Technical stuff, man. Oh, so what do you mean by that, Buddha? Oh, okay. So what does that mean if you use that with that? He's waiting for that mistake.
Yeah, he loves that game, wallah.
He loves that game. He's waiting for that mistake. He's waiting for that drop.
But you know, there's hikmah behind it.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you your weaknesses, and I wanted to show you how a hostile interview will be against you. Because I've been in situations like that where someone finds a weakness, and they're just pointing at it.
And they keep exploiting that. And you the wrong information. And carry on. And then they'll
poke it all day. And you're like, good joke there. You want me to loudly say, bro, I don't know.
But you because you think, oh, I don't want them to know this is my weakness. So
yeah, but that's what from that I've learned that if something is my weakness, when someone pokes it more than once, I say, bro, this is a weakness there. And I let them blow blatantly without being too blatant. Yeah, and without saying this is my weakness, I'll be like, yeah, I've worked on this, but I've got stronger areas somewhere else. Like I can do this, I can do that, blah 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 blah. But that's a hit that you keep it moving, bro. Yeah, let's keep this civil before.
Facts, I agree. I agree. Wallahi, billah. That's one thing that I learned from that situation. I remember Shukri was on the call, Umar was on the call, and I remember after the call, Shukri called me. He goes, your confidence must be knocked, Mutayye. And I said, Wallahi, it wasn't. I said to him, Wallahi, it wasn't knocked. It gave me what I needed.
Yeah, okay, wallahi, those kind of situations, like when you prepping for something, you should never knock your finger, man. Yeah, this is what I was trying to tell Shukri and whoever I interview, because I've done it with a few other brothers as well. You should never knock you, Yani, because this is, I'm showing you hardship now. So once you get to an interview, you'll be shaking. But when you see it's not that bad, you're like, Allah, I'm confident. And when you're confident, you become like the king of the interview, man. Yeah, the ones that I thought like this is like shambles is the ones that usually will come back and say like bad review, bad feedback. The ones that you don't care about, I don't want this job, they say, oh, you've got an offer. Like, whoa, is it?
Abdirahman, also, you don't know much about my background, but I'm more of a M365 system admin, yeah? So Azure M365 sort of thing. But wallahi, I was talking to Hussein about this as well. Every interview that I had, like before I left this other company, the 10 interviews, 9 of them I done sick. But the one that was so messed up was the one, the company I'm at right now. And it was the most paid and the most, easy. They were asking me like networking question when it was a Microsoft engineer, they were saying this switch connects to this router, how? Okay, what's a CDN network? Okay, but how would a CDN network work in Azure? Okay, have you done an end-to-end process with Intune, hybrid AD join and all that sort of stuff? Yeah. And I'm like, I thought I messed that interview so bad. The next day they're like, you're hired. We've interviewed 15 people and you're the best one. Bang.
Wow. That's crazy.
So I don't know what it is. It's the hikmah of Allah, but the one that you mess up the most is the best one. So the best thing that Hussein done for you, yeah, is when he grew, because when you go to that company, I've been in situations as well, bro, like where you mess up, yeah, and you're like he tells you like you're basically saying the wrong information, and he's like, oh, okay, so tell me how that would work. I'm like, it would work like this, and it would work like this. Oh, and where would you put this? I'll put that DNS server there, and you're just making these nonsense things up. And I was like, okay, what? I don't know what. And then at the end of it, it's like, you don't know what you're talking about, right?
He'll call you out on it.
He's basically giving you a show to dig a grave with hair.
Oh, so the best thing to do, just be like, I just know that without saying that.
I took that advice from that thing, like from the first interview that I had, and this is the first interview that I have as well, yeah. In IT now, so this is my first interview in IT, but I was ready for it. I made sure I over-prepared. For my interview. So I remember this guy called me. He had my first stage interview. It was about half an hour. We had a very good chat. I was very bubbly. He asked me a few questions about AWS. He asked me about journey. He's very excited about my journey. And I told Shukri, make sure you sell them your journey. That's your selling. That's your selling point, is your journey to AWS. Yeah. And that 99 days, sell the hell out of that and focus on that. So I was talking about my journey. He loved it. He loved the journey, the story, the background, where I was 6 months ago, where I am now. He just couldn't believe it, the guy I was speaking to. And then he goes to me, look, Abdirahman, I usually speak to like dicks, basically, if I'm being honest with you, like all the time. Like, I don't speak to great candidates, but I really like you a lot. I really like your drive, your hustle, your determination to get to where you're at today. And I'll tell you right now on the phone, I don't usually do this, but I want to offer you a second stage with me. I was like, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, man. I was like ecstatic. And he asked me a question about CI/CD. You know, I said to him, I said, I'm in the middle of studying that at the moment, so I wouldn't go into that too much. Clean. Like, even bother. I can tell the basic definition, but I know that's not what we. This guy's a senior DevOps guy. I'm not gonna bullshit him, Fanti.
Yeah.
I just told him that I'll be honest. I know what I know, but I don't know CI/CD too tough. So can we just put that to the side a little bit and focus? I tried to make sure you control the interview to my strengths.
Good. Yeah. But also, you got certified with all 3 cloud architect, the AWS stuff, did you start learning Linux? Did you start learning Kubernetes and those other technologies?
So Shukri, me and Shukri had different paths in terms of where we wanted to go. He wanted to focus on more the DevOps side, while I wanted to focus more on the customer focused side, where I'm dealing with customers day to day. I wanted to be a solutions architect, basically. I wanted to architect stuff for them. I wanted to get involved in implementation, but I didn't want to be a Kubernetes expert or any. I didn't want to get too techie. My job was to present the solution, design POCs for customers, and
the buzzwords.
We took our course.
In the industry, bro. It's in the industry. He's doing it for a living.
Industry. But you know what's interesting? Wallahi, you're gonna laugh at this, guys. Yeah. When I took my first stage interview, another guy, wallahi, this is off the cuff. Another guy called us. He really liked our story, a Somali guy. He had this company that he was opening up. He wanted us to be involved in it, me and Shukri, because he loved our journey. He said, look, I'm starting it up soon. Let me get you guys involved. So he started to help us in terms of our study. And he goes, guys, if you want to get involved, I need you guys to get business certified with AWS. So I got business certified. I got cloud economics certified. And I got technical professional certified within like 4 or 5 days. It was pretty quick, because I knew all the stuff from the previous. I got them 3 certifications extra, and by the time I went to the second stage interview, the second stage was to test. It's about Fargate container services. On the scale of 1 to 10, in terms of my knowledge, I knew 1.5 out of 10. Container, I know container. Oh yeah, it's a little container application that blag it. I don't know what it is properly. Too tough. But I know what it is. But in terms of that, where's left and right, I'll point you to Australia. I don't know where it is up there. So he told me what I'd done was in the first stage, I asked him, so what you guys expecting on the second stage? He goes, yeah, so basically it'll be a technical assessment. I'll be a customer and you're going to guide me on terms of the AWS platform, the mistakes that are on here. And where like problems are in my infrastructure, my AWS infrastructure, and how I could improve it. Never done anything like that. So I had 2 weeks to prepare. I said, well, can you give me some advice? And alhamdulillah, you know, when people like you, they'll give you information. He said, I'm going to give you a quick piece of advice. Focus on AWS Fargate and focus on the well-architected framework. So I ran with that information. What did I do? Next 2 weeks, Deenta Kabartai, AWS frameworks, what's called well-architected frameworks, and I wasn't letting it go. This opportunity, this is where I wanted to be as well. I didn't want to let it go. So next 2 weeks, Deenta Kabartai, container services, Belayo. What do you think I've done after 2 weeks, 2 days before my interview? What do I find cool? It's a ritual. Let's call it Hussein at that. Let's call it Hussein. I call Hussein, I need another grilling, brother. Please. It's about container Fargate services. I've been studying this for 2 weeks. Like literally finish me off with this. He goes, cool, no problem. What time? That Zoom. That key, they started to come on. It became entertainment for them. Like everyone I know saying they came on as more entertainment now. They're not even going for studying. They're coming on to see if I stutter and panic and lose my composure. That's what
there's an audience there, hey?
Audience. So they come online. He does this thing. He grills me. He bashes me about on Fargate. I practiced some more. And what I done, I lined up. You know the guy that I told you about earlier on, the family friend that I knew. He does AWS Azure stuff as well. I lined him up the following day for interview prep as well. So I had 2 guys interview prepping me. So I had Hussein. After I'd done that, I went to my family friend. He grilled me, prepared me some more, told me more about some stuff I needed to know. And then I went to the second stage interview. Bro, he gave me the AWS platform. He sent me a link. He goes, log into the console car. He started the whole thing. I started talking to him as a client. So where have you? Blah, blah, blah. So I started asking him questions. This is all the stuff that I learned from my business professional course. Ask the right questions. I asked him, what about this? What about that? What about this? He opens up, tells me about things. I started to get an understanding of the infrastructure that I'm viewing at the moment. And then while he's talking, I'm writing down notes of errors and problems that he has on his AWS platform.
Smart guy.
So I'm writing notes down so I can list them to him at the end when I have my consultation with him as a customer, yeah? So I'm talking to him, I'm finding out, okay, cool. He tells me, oh yeah, so I put my database in the private subnet and I put my EC2 in the public subnet. I said, oh, okay, cool. Let me check that. I didn't believe him. And they told me rule number 1 on business professional, don't believe the customer. So they told me don't believe the customer. So what do? I go to trusted advisor. It tells me, it gave me an overview of like what's going on in the network. Yeah? So I saw a little couple issues. Then I went on to the EC2. I saw, okay, cool. He's got both his database and his Bahashi set in the public subnet. Both. He doesn't have a private subnet. That mistake. What do? I write it down on my notes.
Good.
I write down on my notes. I'm going to consult with him afterwards. I start talking to him about Fargate now. We start talking about Fargate. I notice a couple of things. I write it down. At the end of the interview, it goes on. The interview is meant to be an hour. It went on for an hour and a half. By the time it was done, I gave him a consultation. Said, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. I gave him a list of about 20 things. And I told him services that he can use that match the well-architected framework that he wanted me to talk about.
Ooh, okay.
So I linked Wallahi, it was 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was 10 out of 10 the interview. I linked everything together. Well-architected whacker stuff. Yeah, if you use CloudFront, it goes into this well-architected framework. It'll be reliability. Didn't start. It was smooth the whole way. By the end of it, he goes, Abdirahman, Wallahi, this is what he said. Wallahi, I was so happy with this feedback. He goes to Abdirahman, this is an absolutely... I deal with a lot of professionals, yeah? I'm a DevOps guy for a long time. He goes, you put a lot of professionals to shame.
Ooh.
When I heard that feedback, boys, yeah, I want to throw myself off the balcony. Happiness, bro. Wallah. He goes, you put a lot of when he said that to me, I was so flabbergasted at the feedback. He ended up emailing the directors and said, you guys need to see this guy ASAP.
MashaAllah.
And then he sent them an email.
Yeah.
He goes to this, he goes, Abdirahman, the third stage, what is going to be you're going to have to draw, they're going to give you a problem and you're going to have to draw an architecture like live on live and show them how services you would use on a particular issue that they have. So this is my last stage interview. Shukri thinks I'm going to get the job. He just thinks I'm going to get the job. I don't know what, he had confidence. He just thought he goes, Abdirahman, oh, they love you. This is my first interview as well that I've been to, first job interview. So I had a week and a half to prepare. 24 hours a day, I was learning how to draw architectures. Learn how to draw. I called him saying, what do you use? What do you guys use? He told me the website, draw.io. You know, draw.io.
Yeah, I've seen
I didn't know about that before I didn't know that. I learned how to use it then. I became an expert using it. All the services, I learned how to draw stuff quickly. So as I drew all of this, I went back to Hussein, for the final stage prep. They prepped me again, grilled me again. I went to the third stage. This time the interview, the CTO, the CEO, and the lead DevOps engineer. All on the call, yeah. I could panic under pressure, but I was like, nah, Abdirahman, you're too overprepared. So he's like, Abdirahman, he talked to me about my background for 10, 20, 30 minutes, talked about my background, got to know me, he liked me. Then he's like, okay, cool. Now we're going to show you this task. We want you to handle it and draw us an architecture of what it could be. Do you want to use a whiteboard? He was like to me. I was like, no, I use draw.io. He goes, oh, great. He's like to me, oh, great, that's what we use. And I was like, Alhamdulillah.
I'm in.
Alhamdulillah. I was like, Alhamdulillah, I'm on the right page. He's like, yeah, that's what we use. That's great, Abdirahman. I shared my screen. I started drawing the architecture. I drew the architecture 10 times in the last 1 week. I knew what I was saying about every service. I drew the whole architecture for the problem for them. And they said to me, Abdirahman, we've been doing this for an hour. He goes, I actually got an email about you last week from the DevOps guy, and he said Abdirahman put most professionals to shame in the email. And it's the reason why we interviewed you so quickly. And I'll be honest with you, speaking to you now, I'm extremely impressed that you've crammed this much knowledge in a matter of 4 months, 4 or 5 months.
SubhanAllah.
Truly impressed. He's like, the way you come from, your background, your recruitment, the drive that you shown was, he started obviously bigging me up. Alhamdulillah, obviously it was such a good feedback. He gave me that feedback on a phone call, and he goes, Abdirahman, we don't want to waste your time here. We think that you're really excellent, and we would like to offer you the job.
MashaAllah.
On the spot.
First interview, look at that.
Well, I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe it. He was like, we'll offer you the job. Your title, your official title will be sort of cloud consultant.
MashaAllah. Look at that.
Recruitment consultant, cloud consultant. Look at that, bro.
Crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Recruitment to cloud consultant.
Cloud.
MashaAllah.
Couldn't believe it, bro. I could not believe it. Like, look, we really like you. We don't want to waste this opportunity. We want to get you. Let's get this started. When do you want to start? I told them end of January, whatever. I can start. January, February, whatever. I was like to them, I can start. They were like, look, let's get this process into place. We don't like to mess around. When we see people we want to take on, we want to take them on. I go to him, look, I'll be honest with you, I need a lot of development. So are you guys willing to like develop me? I don't want to big out and say I'm amazing. Just he goes, look, Abdirahman, first 6 months of your job, you don't have to worry about anything. You'll be learning, developing. You're at the right place. You'll be learning, developing. We've got development days you can take. There won't be any pressure on you. You just need to take that time to learn, see how the company works. After that, when you feel comfortable, then we'll start putting you on projects and you'll start leading them. It's all I needed. Alhamdulillah.
Most companies don't offer that as well. They dump you straight in. So it's good that company had done that for you.
They didn't. They said to me, look, Abdirahman, we take your time. We want you to be ready. We want you to be comfortable. Alhamdulillah, you know, I realized how much PTSD I had from sales jobs. Wallahi billah, if I'm being honest with you, wallahi. Because the care that they showed me, I'm not gonna lie to you, is the most caring job I've ever had in my life. Because you know, sales is very ruthless, very cutthroat. They don't care about you as numbers, money. That's all they care about. But a company that cares about your well-being and care, bro, they're talking to you about, when I started the job, wallahi, therapy, 24-hour therapy by Lenai. I'm like, what? Therapy? What's going on here? Like, I'm waiting for someone to stab me in the back because I'm used to, you know, sales is very like cutthroat. I'm waiting for someone to stab me in the back, but they're telling me, Abdirahman, we got therapy. We don't want you to be pressured at all. I'm like, what world am I living in? Had that different world,
bro. I've realized that because I worked for a company called Methods. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
They were not that small. They're quite big in the local government and just like the government sector. But permanent team, I think I was the only DevOps engineer there. Yeah. So it's the same because they look after the permanent stuff very well, I have to say. Credit where credit is due. One of the best companies I worked for so far. And it's like a theme because the smaller the company is and it's in the cloud consultancy area, they need you to be able to be keeping certain level of certification up. Yeah. Because they get, as a partner, they're gold certified, platinum, whatever the different level of certifications are. So you bring them something. So obviously they have to look after you very well. Otherwise, you can take your talent somewhere else, like a bigger giant like Capgemini or Accenture or one of these big KPMG, whatever. You can take those there and bolster their numbers. They look after you very well. Like, so, mashallah, Allah is looking after you, because the job that you got, Allah Mubarak, man.
It was everything. If I can write like a better script for everything that happened, I couldn't, honestly, right now. Wallahi, where I'm at and where I came from, if I could write a better thing, I couldn't. Everything went from timing to perfect. Alhamdulillah, I think 3-4 days later, they messaged me and said, Abdirahman, here's the contract. What laptop do you want? Tell us any brand adapted. We'll buy it for you. I was like, what's going on here? I'm thinking, I'm still in La La Land, I'm still shocked. They tell me, I looked online. Yeah, I said, get me a Mac. And they're like, oh, which version do you want? The new one? I said, yeah, I want that. And nigga, yeah, I don't know what. I'm still like so confused at what they're doing. Yeah, and then within like 3-4 days before I even start the job, I get a fresh Apple Mac 2020 sent to my house. Yeah, I'm thinking, are they expecting me to like write code in this? Like what? I don't know what sort of magic I'm supposed to do on this laptop. I'm still thinking like what. I'm still imposter almost syndrome a little bit. I was like, thinking, what are they paying? Like, I was thinking, what they, the minute, alhamdulillah, that I got the job and I started to tell a few people, this is where everything started to change. Yeah, you got a barrage of people, my family members, sisters, siblings, brothers. They all started the cloud journey.
Oh, mashallah. Immediate family started.
Bro, the minute I got my job and I showed them it was possible, I'm the youngest out of 6 as well, out of my family. Yeah.
Oh, mashallah.
The next closest one is 6-7 years older than me. They're all late 30s, early 40s. My brother, he was a black cab driver for a while, for years and years, over 7-8 years. He's been out of like studying for 20 years maybe or so. Black Cab took a dive last year in COVID, so he was looking for a career change.
Okay.
So he saw what I'd done with this, and I think it pulled my relationship with him a lot closer than what it was before. I wasn't close to him, but because we had a theme with AWS, there's not a day that goes past now he doesn't call me because of it.
Look at that.
Over just the AWS thing, he's calling me every day saying, oh, Abdirahman, I'm stuck here. What do I do? I'm like, yeah, this is what I do. Yeah, this is what I do. Da, da, da. I'm feeling like the teacher of class. Yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah, you need to do this. And he started doing it. Alhamdulillah, he got his first certification in cloud practitioner. He recently, 2 weeks ago, passed his solutions architect, second one.
MashaAllah.
He started, you know what he started to do? This is why I knew this guy's serious. He put notes all around his house of AWS notes. All around his house, bro. Like you go when I'm in the toilet, and I'm sitting on the toilet seat, there's AWS notes around me. That's how serious he was. He was serious. And then he passed. How he's doing his solutions pro at the moment. He's studying.
Wallah.
Yeah.
What he runs in the family, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm in the family,
bro. Like if I'm being honest with you guys, yeah, I've got a group of about 7 people that are studying, that are calling me all the time. My sisters, two of my sisters are studying. One of my brother is studying. That's 3 out of 6. The other ones, sooner or later, they're gonna crumble. I know they are.
One of the other ones get a job, and they're like, "This is certified. We're going."
This is certified. One of them, I told my sister, "Yo, this is a salary you can be expected." 90. And alhamdulillah, bro, she's well off. She's like in a good situation. Like she was like, bro, I'm jumping on this tomorrow. My relationship with my sister's gone 10 times better now as well. AWS 24/7. She's calling me about it. Man, what does this mean? What public subnets? What does that mean? I'm telling her all about it.
I understand.
This is the same people. This guy is the same people that 3 months ago when I was doing all this studying, they didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Same people, but in the minute they see it's possible, everyone became like on it now.
They're like, why are you studying so much? Live life a little bit, yeah?
Yeah.
You plan, but Allah plans, and Allah is the best of planners.
Exactly. So they all started to join. I'm in, like, if I'm being honest with you guys, I'm in about 7-8 group chats of AWS certification group chats. all of them are posting problems. I had to now delegate people responsibilities for other people less experienced. It's like a little company almost, yeah. It's very weird because I'm gonna speak to someone like my brother who's got a professional now he's working towards, and I'm helping him. And my brother speaks to my sister who's on a cloud practitioner. I don't want to speak to her about cloud practitioner problems when he's fresh off the problems right now recently.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So everyone like their own. It's crazy, man. Wallahi, the household's gone mad. My dad calls me. Wallahi, my dad even called me. He goes, "What the hell did you do to this household?" He couldn't, bro. Wallahi, when I was doing this, I called my dad. He's in Somalia. Yeah? I called him. We were talking. He goes, "Abdirahman, what's this study you're doing? How you've been busy, but and like, what's that?" I said, "I'm doing something called the cloud." Cloud, what did I? Barika. He had no clue what it was. Yeah. 4 or 5 months later, he sees my brother, my sister, everyone jumping on the bandwagon. He calls me back, goes, Abdirahman, Rabshad Guriya Kabla. Everyone is on this. AWS is like the new keyword in the house now. So my cousins started to join. They started to get certified. I got 2 of my cousins that are certified now. Shukri's brother is certified now. Like, it became a revolution. And ideally, I want to get to a point end of this year when people start getting experience, partner with AWS. I'm already partnered with them. We'll start our own consultancy, bro. Why not?
That's it, wallah. Yeah.
Why not,
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
You've got the background to do business development, so you get business in, man.
Why not?
Exactly.
You know what I learned as well in this new company? 90% of their customers are inbound anyway. They're not calling these guys. They're through APM partners. They're not calling these people. So a lot of their work is being given to them. They're not chasing for leads.
MashaAllah. That's good.
So there's opportunities there, brother. So get certified. Come talk to me in 6 months.
That's very cool, wallah.
Because there's opportunity, bruv. Like, all I said to myself, in this company that I'm in, I just want to learn. I'm going to spend 1-2 years learning, and when I'm ready, why not, bro? Give it a shot.
Well, that's the way forward, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
That is a sick story. That's a bit mad, wallah.
Bro, well, I tried to, bro. I
didn't hype you. I didn't overhype you. See, I told you,
bro. Akhi, wallahi, mashallah, man.
That's what I mean. This. To be honest, I wouldn't say you're not the outlier, because I know many other brothers that have been able to do this as well. They've come from like completely outside non-IT backgrounds and been able to make it, especially in the cloud and DevOps arena. So the person that puts work in, alhamdulillah, he will achieve his goal.
Facts.
Yeah, with the tawfiq of Allah, he will achieve his goal as long as your intentions are pure and sincere and you don't mix madness with it. But alhamdulillah, you'll get there, man. Yeah,
that's it. It's all about the effort that you put in, wallah.
But people, what happens is, if you don't put effort in, best believe that don't expect anything in return. Yeah, whatever you put in is what you're gonna get out, man.
Even Hussein, like, to a certain extent, he didn't know me from Adam. He didn't know me. I was just a random guy. He didn't need to help me in the process. But how this has helped is, because he's helping me, is giving a trickle effect. I'm helping other people now.
Yeah.
Them people are helping other people. Them other people are helping other people. Before you know it, we're a little community of people that got certified, all in the same field, all learning every day. And this is how you start creating dynasties.
None
of us are getting paid to help each other, but we are helping each other.
No.
Exactly.
Well, at the end of the day, because everybody, when I started doing this, because I've been doing like helping brothers and stuff, because people were hitting me up, because when I started, just how you're getting hit up now from family and stuff. I was getting hit up because I'm active on LinkedIn. Brothers were hitting me up on LinkedIn,
Wallahi.
Ad hoc mentoring, bro. I started doing ad hoc mentoring. I'm just fresh into cloud and I'm mentoring people. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Companies started hitting me up and saying, can you teach DevOps and can you teach cloud? And I started doing that. So
crazy stuff. There's so much value in teaching.
There's so much value in teaching, firstly, and secondly, putting yourself out there. Because I put myself out there on LinkedIn. A lot of managing. I've got a couple of jobs out there. I've made plenty of side gigs from them, man. Yeah, plenty of side gigs. Even now, I'm doing something on the weekends that came straight from them. So people will lie. You put yourself out there, mashallah, you get it. But what I was trying to get at is, I'm losing my train of thought here. When I was looking for help here, there's certain people that helped, and alhamdulillah, I owe it to whoever's coming next for me to be able to give that help to them. Alhamdulillah, it's not taking anything out of me. I'm not spending money. I'm not. You spend some time, but alhamdulillah, someone else afforded me their time. So I can only afford someone my time and give them guidance. I get you start finding very soon that you get loads and loads of people just constantly say, bro, I'm interested. Let me show me. But 90% of them, after a few days, few weeks, disappear. Which is why you came to me, I helped, alhamdulillah, you stuck around. Why are you still here?
Alhamdulillah.
Lot of other brothers are like that as well. They stuck around. They're still part of the life. They're still part of my Hajj life, and I'm still talking to them, and things are still happening. But there's so many other people that said, "Oh yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it."
And I was there.
Show them the way. You check up on them a couple of times. You don't hear anything.
They're not serious. Yeah. I noticed that. I noticed that quite a lot. That same trend that you're talking about is there's people that are talkers and people that are doers.
Yeah.
Other people that talk and do as well.
Yeah.
You need to figure out what category people fall into quite quickly. And the way you figure them out quite quickly, I set them tasks quite quickly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Wallah, it's my litmus test. Here's a task, go get that. And if I don't hear back from you, I'm not going to come chasing you. That's it. Done.
Facts.
Yeah.
Bro.
You're back here, you said, I've done something. Even if you've not made any progress and you just said, bro, I've been busy, okay, the task still stands. But that's when I'll actually open it up properly and give you some time. That's my litmus test, wallah.
We had the same thing about that, the execution. We said every time we're going to study, like literally we're going to be executioners. All we're going to do is focus and get it executed. Like even when we got this other brother, alhamdulillah, who taught us some stuff, everything he told us to get the certification, we got it done in 4 or 5 days, quick execution. Everything we tried to do, execution. When Hussein tells me, Abdirahman, I need this, execution. My work, if you don't learn to have that habit of executing what you're going to say you're going to do, beautiful thing. Bro, you start to see so many things that happen for you.
Well, true. And just to add to that as well, Akhi, wallahi, I met Hussein. We used to work with each other, innit? Yeah. Listen to other podcasts on that. Is a funny one.
Listen to
I met this brother, mashallah. But wallahi, he helped me as well a lot because I was a service desk IT support at that point, innit? Yeah. So I met him, Akhi, and every day I used to come down at 10 o'clock and I see this guy, his brain on fire, Akhi.
With the headphones.
Yeah, with the headphones. Yeah. And the man is speaking on his chair. He's speaking on his chair. Akhi, this brother, mashallah, obviously that's when he was starting his, like going deep into DevOps and literally swimming. So at 10 o'clock, Akhi, we used to be like, come, let's have a coffee. We used to come up, have our coffee, karbash, but this brother will leave late as well, Akhi. And subhanAllah, he had limited support then in terms of this whole world of DevOps, and wallahi, what he gives out to a lot of people is a lot of benefit, wallahi. Because right now you could be in a situation where you don't know how, you get given a task or a project, you don't know nothing what to do. You can directly go to Hussein and all these other brothers. So,
I've already used the utilize.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've already used, I've called him a couple of times. Said, bro, I was doing Terraform for the first time in my life. I was doing Terraform. Yeah, they asked me to do some Terraform scripts, launch, and I know basic stuff about Terraform. I called him and said, bro, you need to tell me a time you're available this week. At some point in the week at Isha, he goes, come to me Sunday evening. I'm relaxed Sunday evening. My head is not on fire. I told him, bro, and what I love is he'll come, whatever the issue is, he'll solve it.
He'll solve it.
Regardless of what the issue is, he'll sit there, headphones, because the minute he's online, he's switched on. Oh, why? You start seeing him talk to himself. Why this?
Do you know what?
He was like, we're compassionate. Don't worry, we're compassionate.
Listen. Do you know what the maddest thing is? When I was at Hogarth, I was our system admin, was our support. I can't remember. I think I was
actually Hogarth.
Oh,
they were one of my clients. They were one of my clients, actually. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they were one of my former
clients. First person I bet that didn't work in Hogarth, then was about Hogarth, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, look at that, yeah. Actually, I remember I created a PowerShell script that messed up a lot of things. Yeah, I can't remember what I did. I think it was all of the user accounts. I'd done something. I messed things up. And then Stephen, who's basically the infrastructure architect, came up to me and he's like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, you basically it was something to do with ADFS, I messed up people's VPNs, and they could authenticate into Azure AD, yeah. So I was like, he said, "Well, you messed up 200 plus accounts. You need to fix it." I'm like, "I ran this script. Can you help me?" He's like, "No, you done it." So I said, "A whole lot of water, bro." It's 6:30. Finish 6:30 p.m. on a Friday, yeah. I go downstairs and I bun this. I see Hussein. Hussein, please. I know you haven't done this.
You guys working in the same company?
Yeah, we worked at Hogarth together, innit?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was like, bro, listen, Akhi, I know you got to leave, bro, but Kali and Howie, I messed up this PowerShell script. I know you're a DevOps now. You don't deal with Windows, yeah? You're PowerShell. My guy got his duffel bag. He put it down. He said, "Come, let's sit down on the sofa." Like this. Let's trace back. Yeah, I haven't done this for a while, but let's see what we can do. Yeah. So, okay. Wakas, that's the error. Here you go. Boom. It's all done. I'm like, done already.
How long? How long did it take him?
Literally like 30 minutes.
Okay, you're making me sound like I'm some crazy guy, man. It's just Google.
This
bro.
guy, he loves headache and he knows how to fix the problems. Okay, but do you remember that time, bro, on the sofa?
Yeah.
The PowerShell script that you fixed.
On the sofa, I kind of remember vaguely. I don't remember properly, but I remember fixing some. I remember it came about some accounts were locked or something, and some script that you found wasn't working on something like that.
No, I wasn't that one, Akhi, man. When I was downstairs, it's like 2 years ago, innit? When I was like the first year that you started, when you was learning all this DevOps stuff.
Well, I don't know what I ate for lunch, man. You're talking about 2 years ago.
Yeah, bro.
Living you, man.
Possibly. I'll never forget that. That was my first PowerShell script I ever done, innit? Yeah. And I messed everything up that day, bro.
So basically, I was saying, Keem, that, bro, do you know that relief you get when you get someone that can help you?
That relief.
It's unbelievable. But I already felt it already at this job. A couple of times when I had something due the following day, I said, bro, this is due tomorrow. I'm swimming. And do you know how many? It's so regular that I'm drowned with a lot of stuff, yeah. And then I called him a couple of times. He helped me, and I've got other people that also help me as well with stuff, yeah. But the relief you get when you get someone looking at the problem and hands-on show you, okay, look, Abdirahman, this is where you messed up, is so valuable.
Yeah, and you're bouncing off ideas and all of that sort of stuff is very important.
And you're learning as well. You're learning, I think.
Yeah, that's what you need, bro. Like, because I remember when I was starting there, I was bugging. Maybe because I didn't do the same amount of networking. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't there, man. Which is why it's upon you now. When people come to you for help and then they're slightly more beginner levels to you or a level lower than you, then Abdirahman, Du'ala, you man need to hand that out, man.
100.
Very important stuff, man. Very important.
I'm there, man. I hope I didn't disappoint you guys with the story.
Bro,
you guys a good account of what happened. The journey is crazy, but alhamdulillah, no journey is smooth, is it?
Nah, bro, like that's what it will show people. Yeah, a guy that had no clue about anything, working as a cloud consultant, bro. Yeah, being paid for his time working as a cloud consultant. Yeah, while you're learning your craft and delivering. Yeah, that's what I want people to take, man. A lot of people, they always defeat themselves before they even start a journey. I won't be able to do it or this and that.
Weirdly enough, this actual process, when I'm giving all these people like the path of what I've done, because I've been on a lot of Zooms and I'm showing people, this is the path I've done. Cool. So this is your first stage. This is the tools you need. I'll send them the links.
Yeah.
When do you think you'll be able to do this? It took me a month. I think it will take you a month as well. Come back to me on this date. If you haven't completed it, then I'll know you're not really that serious.
Yeah.
I give them a realistic deadline.
I see.
They go disappear off. Do I hear back from them? No. Do I chase them? No, I don't.
Yeah.
There's no need. There's no need. When you set a task, they should complete it. Akhi. I've had a lot of people listen or do day and night. Okay, do this lab, do this course, and then I'll give you the next task. You don't hear back from them. I'm not going to chase you.
That's why that's what I'm saying. If someone's serious to me, they'll phone me constantly.
Yeah.
They'll bug you.
They'll test you. I don't give a shit. The mere mature here. They're trying to learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how people that I know from my sister, oh my god, my phone rings about 5 times a day off her. And she's asking me the most basic things. Abdirahman, how come this is not working? Okay, cool. Have you pressed that? Yeah, I pressed this. Oh, it's working. All right, cool. Bye. 5 times a day, all them problems, yeah. But that's someone who's serious that wants to learn. They'll pester you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if they're not, then they go disappear in their life, then they're not serious. You leave them alone. So
well, that's what it is. And people need to realize that whoever you're asking for help, they've got their own lives as well. So they might not have you at the forefront of their mind. oh, Nicky, let me reach out. So you need to give him a reminder, just give him a bell. You're like, oh, this guy existed. I know, yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah.
You want me? Oh, okay, sure. Let's
Well, that's it. Bro, one thing I learned as well, even at work, yeah, they will not really share the knowledge as much, yeah, sometimes, yeah. So what I do, I do all the troubleshooting and the Googling, whatever I can do, yeah, because they set up the infrastructure. So I nag them. Wallahi, some of them hate me, bro. And they're like, have you done this? I'm like, nah, how did you set it up? Yeah, can you screen share? Yeah, I do OBS, I record the screen share. Yeah. And then I look at how you done it, and then I replicate the stuff in the tenant. So even though your managers, the people higher than you, they'll get annoyed with you. Just keep going asking 24 questions because you're only learning. Do you get it?
100%. The platform's there for me to do that. I abuse some of them in the Slack channels. We're in Slack channels. I abuse them in the Slack channels. I tell them, look, I need this, I need that. It's good. Abuse people. That's what I'm saying, man. Because eventually, like they're gonna eventually see. At least if they think you're bugging them, they'll see at least this guy is driven.
Exactly.
At least out of something, they'll respect that. If they don't respect him, this guy's drinking. This guy's a serious guy at least.
But he keeps. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were like nobody dislikes a hard worker, apart from a lazy person. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you see someone putting work in, you're like, you know what? I want enough to knock in, but just go do something there, man. But what I like is, mashallah, you bought a lot, man. You bought a lot. It's been nearly 2 hours, man. I want to let you go, but before we go, we need the biggest benefit they can give is, the process of finding a job, basically.
Wallahi.
From a recruiter's point of view, what do people do wrong, and how can they basically tailor themselves to be able to get in front of the client more, at least get the interview, and if you can give them some pointers on.
I'll say there's a few things. Number one is just think about when you hit apply on a job, how many people apply for that job? 100, 200, 300 people? Cool. So now you understand that first thing. Your next question is, how do I stand up above them 300 people? That's your next question. Once you solve that question, is okay, cool. Maybe I can. How many people do you think called in to the company out of them 300 applicants? Probably a lot of lazy people. I would say maybe 20 or 10 of them maybe called in. Yeah, 10 maybe maximum they'll call in, because people especially in IT, they're not social. They don't want to call. They ain't got rules to call.
I'm telling you, in IT, no one called in.
No one's calling in. No one's calling in. Yeah. So out of them 10 people, how many of them can actually have got social skills?
Yep.
IT people, can they speak? They got their headphones on. They don't know how to speak 2 sentences. Most of them. So how many people can speak? Cool. How many of them are actually got English accents they haven't got the thick accents, and it might not work well maybe for clients. I know equal opportunity we should have, but a lot of them have preferences towards that as well.
Yeah. Well, it's just like built-in biases. If someone is listening to you over the phone, if you speak to them with a heavy Somali accent, they'll be like, I don't have anything in common with this guy. If you say, yeah, what's happening, mate? Well, do you watch the football over the weekend and stuff? You're like, whoa, yeah.
Be likable. That's a huge thing, bro. Yeah. Likability factor is so huge, and it will set you apart from all. Bruv, I'm in tough bahasha, and they're laughing in the interview with me. I'm making sure they're laughing in the interview. The 3 stages I was in interviews, they all laugh. I dropped them, them Adan jokes. Oh, my missus thinks I'm crazy. I'm doing AWS stuff all 24/7. They love it. They love that shit. They love it.
Are you married, by the way?
They love it. No. Let's get that. Just familiar. You know what?
Spice was here. There is a.
Oh, my missus thinks I'm AWS crazy. She asked me, oh, really? We're Kehlan. So, all in all, you just have to be like them. In order for you to be like them, in order for you to get in, you have to be like them a little bit. So, have great communication skill. Practice your interview. Make sure you structure your answers correctly. If someone asks you what a public subnet is and how something basic like a public subnet, how do you explain that to me? How your explanation is how I'll able to tell you if you're getting the job or not from that explanation.
It's true. Yeah.
Very quickly, if I was to ask you right now, Duale, what is a public subnet? How would you answer that in an interview form?
They obviously explain the first fundamentals and you go from there, innit?
Yeah, so you'd explain that
They explain the public and then the private, IP addresses, and then you go from the, what internal network, external network, you start going from there, innit?
Exactly. So the key is the structure. Make sure it's straight to the point, deliver the answer correctly, and move on. Stay silent.
A few people made that mistake by going too in depth with examples and
Say public subnet, subsection of the network. You can host your EC2 or blah, 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 blah in this environment. And very simple, concise, 10, 15 seconds. They're happy. All right, great. You know what he's talking about. Next. Move on to.
Yeah.
That is important. Also calling customers, calling companies, and make sure you do your homework on the companies you target. Target these companies. Make sure they're under 100, under 50 ideally. Huge benefit for when you.
Okay, all right. So, give these people, inshallah, a process. Yeah. So I'm someone. I've got AWS certified or whatever.
Yeah.
I go on LinkedIn. I look at this company.
Yeah.
They're under 50 to 100, as you said.
Yeah.
I apply for the job. I research the company, everything they do.
Yeah.
Then I call, and then what?
Before I call, I'd do a step before that. I'd go on LinkedIn and I'd see who the DevOps lead engineers are. Look for the lead engineers. Look for the project managers. Look for the people in power to make a decision whether they want to hire you or not. Look for, they're a small company. Look for the CTO, CEO. Look for them people. Message them directly. And message them on LinkedIn. I'll message them on LinkedIn, the CTO, and say, hey, I've just seen these ad, really interested in the way the company's journey's been over the last 5-10 years. It'd be great if we could have a chat. If they don't come back to me, I abuse them tomorrow. I call the company and say, hey, John, did you get my message? I called when I called him. You get my message? Oh, what message? I sent it on LinkedIn. He was checking his LinkedIn. Oh, I've seen it now. Yeah. How can I help? How can I help? Yeah, John. They got familiarity now because they've seen your message. You're like, oh yeah, I know this guy. This guy's the dog key. I've seen it the last 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wallahi. Sales, this is the trade.
It's a tricky trade. And the problem is 90% of people don't know how to look for a job. They don't.
Yeah, it's true.
I feel like there needs to be a school of learning towards how they're going about doing processes. And that's where a lot of people struggle. A lot of people, it was COVID last year. I had a lot of excuses for not getting a role. It was COVID, industry, bad, or blah, blah, blah. But I believe there's a process. And if you follow a solid process and you're doing it every day, you'll be fine. Wallahi.
Wallahi, you get a job sooner or later if you do it that way. There's a lot of fake jobs as well than real jobs. So it's going through that process directly to the company for you to maximize your success. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Now, alhamdulillah, also great news with Shukri, he got his job as well.
MashaAllah. When? Recently?
Yeah. So he's alhamdulillah, like at that time, so both of us, alhamdulillah, we've both been hired. It's a success story, man. We're happy. And now we want to give back, man. That's what we want to focus on, inshallah.
Inshallah. That sounds wallahi amazing.
Alhamdulillah, guys, man. I really appreciate it.
It makes me feel happy wallahi when I hear these stories.
It's crazy. Wallahi, that's what I was trying to tell you guys. It's for me, it was even now when I talk about it, I haven't really talked about it like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're coming back, inshallah, to get the rest out, man. There's a lot left, man. There's so many details missing.
There's a lot more left.
There's little stuff obviously I haven't mentioned, but then those are relationships. What happened to certain relationships, where my relationships with certain people are. Like, I'll be honest with you, because the AWS, my sister and my brother, I'm closer to them than I've ever been before my life. Because of the AWS. We have a common ground now. Before, our conversations were, hey, how you doing? Alhamdulillah, I'm all good. How's work? Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'm doing this. Oh yeah, okay, mashallah. Okay, As-Salamu Alaykum, bye. That's our conversation before. Now our conversation is, do you think DynamoDB or Amazon Aurora is better? When did we get here, guys? I'm telling you, conversation.
That's crazy family conversation.
Family, man. It's crazy.
Family conversation. All right, Jazakallah khair for coming on, bro.
Jazakallah khairan, brother.
Last question I want to ask.
Yeah.
Is the hype about the commissions in the recruitment industry actually true?
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, you could earn a lot in recruitment, but you have to be very tough, very thick-skinned. I was fired a lot.
Fired?
Yeah, I was fired in positions like, you know, when you're not making enough money, you'll get fired straight. I learned, it made me stronger. I got better. I got faster. You learn from all these jobs somehow. And alhamdulillah, you just turn into an animal after a while when you start really learning and you start learning the craft somehow.
Yeah, it's true.
So, alhamdulillah, man. But
imagine that work. Imagine that work ethic in AWS. Woof,
bro. This is what Shukri was telling me about. He goes, bro, you're so committed to your job. Imagine you've put the same amount of effort at AWS. I said, inshallah. Fingers crossed, with hard work and energy, 1-2 years me doing this.
Oh, fingers crossed, man. Just inshallah. Fingers crossed comes from
inshallah.
Madness, bro.
Yeah, I was speaking to Adam and Steve.
But no fingers crossed, inshallah. But yeah, it would happen, So seriously, because you have the work ethic, you've proven it. You just gotta carry, and you're gonna carry on and you hit your target, like I said, thank for coming on, bro.
Inshallah, guys, man. Great speaking to you guys. Inshallah. Great to meet you as well, man.
MashaAllah. Yeah, nice to meet you as well, brother.
Inshallah, we'll get you back on very soon. Jazakallah khair for giving us your time, bro.
No problem.
Sooner or later, we'd have to come with a name for this podcast, man. We've been named this podcast.
I would call this podcast From Nothing to Something.
From nothing to something.
Why not?
That's one that call that, no?
But I thought someone would have taken that, man. That's
yeah. Someone's taken it already. Nothing to something.
Oh, is it? It's too mainstream not to be out there, man.
That's
inshallah, we find something. I'm just gonna stop recording as usual, and then we have a 5-minute catch up, and we go on our merry after that. Alright, I'm stopping recording now.
Wow.